one of my favorite comedies ever is a movie from 1993 with Bill Murray, Groundhog Day. In this movie, if you remember, if you haven't watched it, you definitely should watch it. It's a great movie, it's very entertaining. And in this movie, the character finds himself in this little town. He's a journalist from the city, and he hates going to this little town which the groundhog is predicting the weather. And but then what happens is that there is a storm, a snowstorm, and he is stuck in this little town. And when he wakes up, he starts living the same day that he was living the day before when he arrived in the town. And this happens again and again, so he keeps living the same day all over again. And I use this movie, amazingly enough, very often in my classes on Aristotle, Aristotle's ethics. And I think that this movie is great to understand at least one aspect, one important aspect of Aristotle's ethics. The reason is that at the beginning of this movie, this character is not a very good guy. He has potential, but he's not a very good guy. So when he discovers that he's living again and again the same day, he starts taking advantage of it. And he does a lot of bad things, including stealing and, taking advantage of some ladies and things like that. But then, after he realizes that, this really keeps going with the same day, he goes, every morning through the same, roads, and he sees the same things. And then he actually tries to commit suicide. And what happens is that he wakes up every morning again and again and again. He cannot kill himself. So at the end of the movie, he becomes a very good guy. And here is the kicker, is the Aristotelian insight. This movie, and I don't know how many people notice something like that in the movie. He spends, to my opinion, at least 10 years in this day, living in the same day all over again. Why do I say so? I say so because at the beginning of the movie, he starts in one of these days to learn playing piano, and he goes to this lady who is, a nice teacher. Nothing that special probably, but when he puts his hands on the keyboard, it's terrible at the beginning. At the end of the movie, he plays greatly in a concert. I can't remember, it was like a kind of disco, but he plays greatly. So he's a performer. And I try to play some piano. I can tell you, to play that well, you need probably about 10 years, maybe 8, 9, but not just 1 year. And what happens in this movie is that at the beginning of the movie, he sees a lot of things, but he doesn't really see them. He sees some characters and he despises them. But then he sees a guy who is needy, but he doesn't really realize what's going on. He despises everybody. At the end of the movie, he sees things that they were there, but he couldn't see them at the very beginning. And that's really interesting, because in Aristotle's ethics, virtue takes a lot of time, takes practice. Moral virtues need to be acquired through the effort of acting in the right way, of thinking the right way and acting the right way. A person who is not generous, who is not charitable, doesn't see the person who needs help. It's not just that he doesn't understand a few things. Sometimes he doesn't even see that. He doesn't see that the baby needs help. That at the end of the movie, he sees everything, and he reacts the right way. And this is very Aristotelian, is beautiful, and this detail that it takes so many years to become a different person is a great insight in virtue ethics.